I don't know who's pouring those, but
I don't know.
they're
They
getting
didn't
bigger.
hear. They didn't hear a word we said because I forgot I had the mics off, so that's okay. But they could see it.
All right, we're back.
All right, welcome in. We are now ready to go. New tradition to start the show. Maybe that'll give us a little luck for this week. I don't know. We got to find something. Got to find something. So welcome into another edition of Cash and Tickets, brought to you by Poolside Bets. That's me, Franklin Johnson. My partner to my left here, Mr. Paul Robertson. We'll take a quick look back at last week. At least we're not talking about any deficit that we're digging ourselves into. But we'll look back at last week, look back some of the scores of the big games and how we did, and talk maybe a little NFL, what happened there. Boy, what a shit show in the NFL it was. Last week, so except for Paul, at least his team won. We couldn't hit a bet.
That just showed you how screwed up the weekend was.
So we'll take a look at that. Anyway, thanks for joining us here tonight. Cash and Tickets. We'll get started here, Paul. Let's take a look at the scoreboard from last week. How we did, not how we did, but some of the games that happened last week. What did you see last week that caught your eye about the college football week that was?
I don't know. Penn State played Ohio State pretty close. I don't know if they're as good as, I don't know where they dropped to. Where they dropped to, like 10 or 12.
Yeah, they didn't drop far. I mean, because of who they were playing.
Duke gave Florida State all they wanted. Riley Leonard's injury is just everything to that team.
They may have won that game if Leonard doesn't get hurt.
And score a point in the fourth quarter. Gave up 21.
And didn't they have a halftime lead?
No.
Or a lead going into the fourth quarter, maybe, I think.
No. 2017, and then, 2017 going in the fourth quarter, defense played their ass off. For some reason in the fourth quarter, which, Riley Leonard getting injured there is it's everything to that.
Yeah.
So,
Florida State kept getting the ball quickly back, and the defense got tired because the Duke offense could do nothing. They couldn't sustain any drive.
No. UCF gave Oklahoma all they wanted.
All they wanted. I thought UCF was going to win. They had a chance. Didn't they have a chance to tie it with a 2-point conversion late there in the game?
Yep.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people that were on that, that plus 17 with UCF because they got Plumlee back. Oklahoma was, were they coming off a bye after the Texas win? Maybe.
Maybe a little letdown there.
Yeah, a little letdown game.
Virginia beating North Carolina, holding them to 10 points in the
what
second
an
half.
upset there! Yep. I couldn't believe that game. And they barely got you over in that one. Thank goodness Virginia did what they did. I thought you were going to get close to 40 out of North Carolina.
Yeah,
and they couldn't muster but 27 points.
My Heisman candidate, Joe Milton, the third, couldn't get it done.
What a horrible second half by the Vols. They have to be just kicking themselves. They had a 20-7 lead at halftime, and
scored.
And we're just sitting there enjoying everything about this leading up to the big night game there, and nothing. Got outscored 27-0 in the second half. Brutal.
Utah, USC. Utah squeaks by them by 2. They got all sorts of drama at USC right now.
Yeah, the coach. They said the coach had pneumonia. Is why he was been out.
He went walkabout.
Yeah,
like old crocodile done.
Air Force continues to win as they take down Navy, 17-6.
A damn train.
How about Navy going for 2 there in the fourth quarter, and because they didn't get it, Air Force covers.
Yeah.
They end up winning by 11 to cover the 10.5.
Somebody should investigate that because they were definitely either trying to cover or not cover. So
yeah, I'm not sure why they were going for 2 there. That kind of puzzled me.
Missouri getting by South Carolina sets up a huge matchup next weekend.
And I felt that's where that was going. South Carolina's on quit watch for me. They couldn't do anything against that Missouri defense, and now Missouri sits here 7-1, 3-1 in the SEC East with a big game coming up, man.
You want to talk
next week?
You want to talk about the over I picked last week? They scored a grand
total
of 10
let's discuss
points.
that. What was that? What was the over? Was it over 48?
I think it was 48. It wasn't 50. I think it was 48.
If you had over 9 was the only way you hit that.
Yeah, they could play again this week, and I wouldn't get there. That was
Mississippi State,
they-
Arkansas.
Arkansas fired their offensive coordinator,
Yeah.
and I don't know what State's going to do, but they should fire somebody too. They didn't score a point in the second half, not a
Not
point.
nobody. Arkansas. The only reason they scored the 3 because they got that early interception.
I mean, it was incredibly defensive performance for both squads.
Yeah, let's call it that. Yeah.
I mean, you got a State and Auburn playing, and I remember about 8 or 9 years ago. It's probably longer, about 15 years ago. I went to a game at State against Auburn, and the final score was 3-2. We may see that again this week.
You might.
Fucking A.
Oh my goodness! I don't think there's much else that really struck me. I mean, I guess Clemson losing in overtime, double overtime to Miami. Clemson gets shut out in the fourth quarter after they had a 17-7 lead.
Yeah,
and could not get that thing done. That's just bad.
I'm going to talk
bad.
about this game in the Oklahoma State game. That running back last week had 282 yards rushing.
Yeah, Oklahoma State's got it turned around ever since they stuck to one quarterback.
Must see TV. Miami of Ohio should have won. Quarterback broke his.
Oh, that was tough to
everything.
see Gabbert go down like that. Yeah, that was tough. Is he kin to the Blaine Gabbert?
His brother.
Oh, okay. All right.
Kansas State is rolling right now.
Yeah, they were my pick to win the Big 12, and here they come. They're starting to get it going. They just kind of say, "Look, here's what we're going to do. We got to get the defense dialed back in. We're going to run the football." They're not asking that QB to do a whole lot, and it's been working.
How about Appalachian State losing to Old Dominion?
Tough. It's tough in Boone. I don't know what's going on there, and I think they play Southern Miss this weekend. Two teams that Southern Miss is, I think, completely quit. So who knows what's going on. I didn't touch it. I thought about it, but no, I'm going to stay away from that game.
Of course, my Clemson to win the national title ticket.
That's going to be that. I don't think that's going to happen. Whoops. All right. Well, what about that? Did you see the end of the Minnesota-Iowa game?
No, I wouldn't watch that if you paid me. So tell me about it.
So Minnesota was up 12-10, and they're punting, and they they punt it, and it's late in the game, and the Iowa guy was back there, and he's waving at his other players like, the ball's coming over here, like don't. He's not giving a fair catch signal, and he goes over there, he fields the punt, and he runs it back for a touchdown. The officials call it back and say that he waved for a fair catch.
Didn't that happen last year?
just
There's been a few
brutal.
instances of that.
Yeah,
where,
but this wasn't even close. I mean, he was pointing. He was like setting up blocks. Like he was telling his team, like, go over there. And that's what they called fair catch.
one guy stuck his hand up to block the sun.
Yeah.
And they
then
called that
it's just.
I mean, I was sitting here shitty as hell on offense, 6-2.
Yeah, and they lost that game 12-10. They should have won it. They should have beaten Minnesota on the punt return.
All they needed was a field goal in the second half. They'd have won. They didn't have no points.
Nothing.
Why is that guy
bad.
still calling the plays? I mean, I know he's his son, but
Well, because he had an ultimatum this year to score so many points, and there's a tracker like on the Cover 3 podcast, I believe. Bud Elliott does a tracker of points. And they've got to score like over 31 points in their last few games to hit what the points that he needs.
they're not going to score
There's
31 in
Together,
combined.
combined. So,
Jeez Louise.
all right. So and then of course the NFL, man. Vegas made an absolute killing in the NFL this past Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. I think what was it that. The old tweet I sent you was like 8 games where all of the public money was on those certain 8 games and not a single one hit.
Imagine
not
that.
one. Not one.
Seems like somebody's been preaching about that. But,
The Buccaneers got beat. The Bills got beat. 49ers got beat. I don't know that the Eagles. I can't remember what all was there, but
in my opinion, the only way to bet the NFL, which you cannot do legally in the freaking state of Mississippi, is
not.
live bet
live
online.
bet it. Yeah.
Either
Live bet it.
live bet it, yeah, because
Or prop bets, player props.
that shit is hard to. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but it's hard to sit there and watch the NFL and from a week to week basis, and you see this team, and everybody says, "Well, they're professional athletes," and bullshit. It's the same coaches, the same players each week. They don't miraculously do better.
Yeah.
And, the locker room bullshit doesn't just all of a sudden go away.
I mean, Kirk Cousins was a man on Monday night.
No, he's primetime Cousins has been a legit thing for 25 years.
And then
all of a sudden now
Jordan Addison has the night. I mean, there were so many weird things in that game. Charvarius Ward's got a pick, and then it just goes away, and the dude runs it in for a touchdown. McCaffrey fumbles inside the 10. I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, they went after him all night. Ward, for some reason, I don't know if they just.
And hell, he should have had 2 picks. But I mean, yeah. Well, at one point, the head coach for the Vikings goes over to the official and says, "Watch number 3," which is his guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you going to tell official to watch a certain guy? And he did, and they threw a penalty flag. I'm like, really?
And that's
you're just listening to the coach.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's a rookie coach.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So how's he got that kind of swag to go over and tell the official, "Hey,
watch my guy here"?
That shit wasn't happening in the 80s.
No.
No, sir.
I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, it's not like I'm going to quit looking at it, but and then the Bills losing to the Patriots. I mean, on the last drive, Mac Jones looks like the reincarnate of Tom Brady. Come on, man. You kidding me?
If you want to do something fun with the NFL, like look at these kicker point total props. You usually set around 7.
Yeah, no, yeah. I took my boy Moody, and he missed a kick. He would have covered if he hadn't have missed the kick.
I didn't bring that up because of that, but they're fun. They're kind of like the Nerfy play for me in baseball. They're fun. I mean, there's no sweating.
You get 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. You cover most every time. That's 8 points, and most of them are always 6, 7.
Yeah. And there's the juice on them are like 130,
it's not bad.
120.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's just something to do. And I'm that way with the NBA right now. If you're not gonna just money line bet a team in the NBA, which is
the best way to do it. The best way with NBA for sure is live betting because there's so many runs in the NBA. You can at some point you can be on both sides and middle that sumbitch and win both bets, even though you bet on 2 different teams. Like you see the best team get down by a bunch of points, and you go check the live, and they're whatever they are, or you take the money line, and then it flips, and then you can take the other team at they're not going to lose by that much because it's going to have another run. You get the other team at +8, whatever it is. It's and then of course player props. I love player props in the NBA,
and all that is fun and it's great, but it's not legal in Mississippi.
But we can't do it. Yeah, no, we can't do it.
So, and he's right though. So player props update live also.
Mm-hmm.
So you could actually do that too if you live outside.
Go hedge yourself. Yeah.
So I mean, I get it. Look, I just don't. If you're gonna do anything, go find the money and where it's at, and especially in primetime games. Sunday night, Monday night. Not so much the 12 o'clock games, but the 3:25 Sunday night game, Monday night game. Find out where the money is, and then just bet like that, because it's a pattern. It's there. I don't care what
you betting against the money or with the money.
I'm going against it.
Okay, that's what. You just didn't say. I was like,
no, my bad. Go against the money. And you can call me a conspiracy theory if you want to. I don't care. But there's too much money in this shit, like college football. There's too much
people
money
not to cheat.
That they're finding this. I mean, do your own research, but I don't like to bet the NFL for that very reason. I hit a ticket last Sunday?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. First one I've hit, and Jesus, it's been a minute, and you can't go into Sunday like you do Saturday. You can't
just play on Sunday. One ticket, do one ticket on Sunday. Do you a little 14 parlay, or try to do a money liner and throw a little bit and see what happens, and then
if you got a game in the NFL and the away team is a +2 or +3.5, something like that. Take them on the money line. They're probably going to win the game.
They're probably going to win outright. Yeah. You're right. Anytime it's that close, Even you've seen the commercials. Kurt Warner trying to tell you how many games are won and lost by 2 or 3 points. So taking those big, like you lay a team that's -7, -6 plus up, you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Asking for it. All right, let's take a look at how we did last week. One thing about last week, Paul, we did not lose any ground, but we also didn't gain any ground.
But we had a good time.
Yeah, we had a great time. We had a wonderful time. It was a big day for sure. Both of us go 3-3 on the week. The Rutgers, Indiana, because of I think a punt return, a blocked punt for a touchdown cost me in the Rutgers, Indiana game. That thing would have gone under. Missouri easily over South Carolina. That's a dub. Tennessee, Bama. Tennessee, if they don't give up 27 points in the second half, that under was looking really good at halftime. The Ole Miss Auburn under was easy dub there. I knew Auburn wasn't going to be able to score much, and they wouldn't have scored what they scored had it not been for the, Dart throws a pick there in the, I don't know, first or second quarter, just bad throw. Michigan, of course, put it on Michigan State. Like I said, they went out there and scored 49. That was a rocking chair win. And then Clemson, 10-point lead in the fourth quarter and just choked it away. I'm not sure that what's going on.
Well, there's problems
with Dabo and the boys.
No, I don't know. Was it Garrett Riley's the new offensive coordinator there?
Yeah, it's not working.
Well, maybe it takes him. Maybe Klubnik's just not that good. I don't know what the hell's
Something's
going on.
not right. We'll take a look at Paul's side. Paul, you want to go through your wins and losses over there?
Well, the only one I want to talk about is the State Arkansas over 48.5. I want to tell you, look.
That was a tough, because we had that thing dialed up on we had it on a big TV too.
I don't know what to tell you. The shit went south.
We should, you know what? We should have relegated that thing to a different TV, and maybe it would have changed. Maybe something would have changed. Maybe it's our fault. We kept it on like TV. TV 1 and 2 are big TVs, and we kept it on one of the big.
And I sat here and talked shit. I was like, State's offense. Everybody's worried about the offense, and the defense ain't been good at all. And here they go, held on Arkansas 3 points. Made the Arkansas team fire their offensive coordinator.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, we're losing jobs over this stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, that was a bad performance, man. That was just brutal.
About everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, hell,
nobody concerned there did a good job.
And I was going to go out there and bet the team total under on Auburn this week or the under game-wise, and I was like, well, it's only one. And I've fallen into this trap before, but that's only one game. So you think, the shit's going south, the rails are off the train, the whole bit, and then you bet it, and then look up, and it's 52-50 Auburn and State, and you're like, what the hell happened?
A lot of times you'll get two bad teams. Oh, you're talking about the State Auburn game.
Yeah, I'm talking about this week. Yeah, because we and you both talked about betting that game. Because everything is like if you're looking at it, the lights and the arrows are pointing at it, going under.
Well, I'm on it. I'm on it. I don't because I know what I saw. I know what I watched both teams play last week.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Know what I saw.
I hope you're right.
This is not like overreacting. I know what I saw. It's bad.
It's bad. My bad. That's what kept me off of it, because I know me and you talked about it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I totally understand it. And you're probably right. A lot of times you see that, and then you get two bad teams, and all of a sudden they can't stop scoring.
Well, now I hope I ain't, but anyway. All right, sorry.
Finish it out. You got 5 more to go.
Am I doing good? Memphis has been a cash cow on team total overs.
Absolutely.
Miami of Ohio's quarterback gets hurt. They cover that. I believe
that was tough.
I believe they were rolling in the second half.
Well, they were getting it going in the second half. And
Toledo did what Toledo does, and Miami was rolling. They win the game outright.
Yeah, that's a bad beat.
The guy just gets, annihilated. His legs sticking out of his shin.
Yeah, I think we could see the bone. I think Lawrence said I could see the bone coming out of his. Oh, it was bad. Poor kid.
Bloody sock, a whole bit. Virginia.
Kurt Schilling.
Yeah, Virginia, UNC, over 56.5 got there, barely, but it got there. Duke plus 14.
You were on the right side there.
I still think I was on the right side.
You were on the right side there.
Riley Leonard stays healthy the whole time. They cover that, and they win the ball game, but I say that, but what do you do? And then Utah plus 7 and one outright.
Did their thing, yeah.
So
Hey, look. So honestly, looking at your board, Paul, I wouldn't change two of your. You should have had a 5-1 week. Honestly, um, Miami, Ohio loses their quarterbacks. The only reason they lost, they were going to win that game outright if he doesn't get hurt because they had it going in the second half and that kid was moving them. Didn't they score? Weren't they at the go? They scored when he got hurt.
yeah,
I mean,
well,
right
no,
there.
the backup came in. They were,
But they scored. They were at the
they
one.
scored, yeah.
And then Duke loses their quarterback when they had a lead in the fourth, going into the fourth quarter. You just got that was just tough.
I'm really curious to see what Miami of Ohio does against because they have Ohio, the Bobcats, this week in a very tough game, and I think they're +7. I looked at it really hard.
The
but
Red Hawks are
+7. I don't know.
That defense is really good. They may still have a chance there.
They're not +7 with Gabbard in there. I promise you that. But
no, they're probably it's a pick 'em if Gabbard is still there. Where is that game? Is it?
It's in Ohio, I believe. But
they're both in Ohio. I mean,
no, the Bobcats.
It's
Ohio,
at Miami.
The University of Ohio.
They would have been favored if he was still there.
So, I think that's one of the games I'm going to be watching really, really close to see how they perform this week.
Yeah.
Moving forward, if that quarterback's got any moxie at all, then
they can get it done.
Then they can get it done because you're going to get a really good line with them now that the quarterback's out.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, looking at our board, the Rutgers, Indiana, it's a block punt that hurts me there. And then in the Tennessee Bama game, the Bama turned it on the second half. I guess I was on the wrong, so I can't see. And they didn't throw a flag on my God. It was so bad. Then, of course, Clemson, I guess obviously I was on the wrong side there. And it still went to overtime, still had a chance. And so the board wasn't bad. We just had some tough losses there.
Clemson's probably one of the worst teams against the spread this year.
I'm done. I'm done with them.
They beat my ass twice this year.
All right, so let's discuss the worst of our picks last week. So the worst mistake that we made last week is, if you'll notice here in the center, under where it says Week 8, we put in our charity money line parlay. 6 teams there: Air Force, Missouri, Georgia Southern, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Memphis. They all win. The first ticket we hit all year on the charity parlay. It finally cash won.
Yay.
We both forgot to actually lay the son of a bitch.
It's poor communication.
We turned all the TVs on Saturday morning, and Paul says, "Did you put in the charity parlay?" I said, "No, I forgot." He's like, "I didn't either." It's like, oh my God. And then that's the reason it hit, because we didn't put it in.
So I think we're gonna do like 150 a piece.
Yeah, it was a 3-to-1 there, I believe. It's something like that. So we'll just put in our portion of that. It hit. It would. That's bad. That's so bad.
So the way this year's going, this is the first year we've done documented picks. So we're actually doing it to where we can't hide it.
No, we can't hide it. We're showing and letting you know. I could have lied and said, "Yeah, look at it. We hit it," and we added the money. But no, we forgot to place the ticket.
So this has been difficult to do when you're doing it like this. And I know there's not a lot of folks watching us, but hopefully one day there will be.
Yeah.
But it's not the. I mean, when you're just sitting in your living room, you're like Saturday morning, you're dialed in, you're just constantly capping games. But then you got a deadline you got to go through. You're like, I got to have these picks in by this time.
Yeah, by this time, I got to get them. Got to do it.
Then you're overthinking. You don't know a lot, and yada yada yada. So hats off to the guys out there that put their picks in on Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't. Woo. Yeah, good luck with that. That's all they do all day. Yeah. Like their job is with.
But so yeah, no, I will make that right with the charity parlay one way or the other. And no matter what happens, we're going to give money to something through Poolside Bets.
That's right. We'll make it happen somewhere. That's so stupid. It was funny. I looked at it and I was like, "Hey, Paul, can you go check?" I knew Air Force, Missouri, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Memphis all won. I said, "You check Georgia Southern? I think they won last week." Sure enough. And that's because he said, "Why? What does that matter?" Well, he said, "Who lost?" I said, "No, nobody lost." Well, we did. We didn't put the ticket in.
That's how bad the charity parlay's been. I was thinking that we are going to go 0-6. I was like, "Did we?" Not good.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
Not good.
No, that's the wrong thing. All right, so let's talk about. There's not many this week, Paul. Let's do a little big game breakdown this week.
All right.
We'll start with. We'll start with the. Oh my goodness, the ESPN! You're just killing me with these videos. I hate it. I just want to see the scores. Brutal. We'll start with the biggest game of the week as far as matchups are concerned. Oregon, the Ducks, travel to Utah to take on the Utah Utes. I don't know that either one of us put this game in our locks, but what a matchup here. I mean, you got the Ducks, who I think is probably the best team in the Pac-12. It just so happens they have to go to Utah, who's just still sitting there and say, look, hey, we're still here. We're still in this thing.
Yeah, I have a future bet on Utah to make the playoffs, and I'm hoping it doesn't end this week. But we'll see what happens. Utah should have beat the hell out of USC last week. They didn't. It was on the road, I get, but I don't know.
They're a different team away from home now.
Yeah, the Utah Oregon game is it's basically a mirror image of each other. They both play really good in the trenches. Sound quarterbacks. Utah, it doesn't seem to matter who they have at quarterback. They still get things done. Bo Nix has really impressed me this year. And
here, you know what's crazy? This stat, Paul, both teams lead the nation, lead in not turning the ball over.
Yeah, it's well coached.
I think Oregon has one turnover all year.
Yep.
That's an amazing stat. Through 7 games, you have one turnover. And Utah, I think, conversely, has 4. But here's the thing. Utah has fumbled 12 times, but they've all come right back to them.
Yeah.
I don't know how long you can sustain that. That feels like more luck to me. I think Oregon is the better team, but they got to go to Salt Lake City, to Rice-Eccles Stadium, where Utah does not lose, man. They don't lose in Rice-Eccles.
No, here's one of the deals. So you look at that game just without no numbers beside it, just like Oregon's playing Utah, both 6-1, right?
Give me Oregon all day.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you go, well, if you're gonna set, I'm setting the line for this game. I'm gonna call it Utah -2. Then I look at it and it's Utah plus 6.5. And I go, what the hell? What's going on? Is Oregon that much better than Utah? They can go to Utah and just beat them by a touchdown.
Yeah.
By a touchdown in
I
Utah?
think so.
I don't know. That's why I didn't.
So you said if you were just looking at the two teams and not their and just the don't look at any stats or any record. Just give me Utah's at Rice-Eccles. Yeah, they would probably be a favorite.
Yeah, you give me Utah -2 because Oregon just came off a game where they beat Washington State by maybe a touchdown, and Washington State is not good.
Very good. Not right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
they've cooled off for sure.
It seems like Oregon plays to their competition.
They'll play up. They'll play. And look, I keep hearing people say Oregon got rattled at Washington. They played a hell of a game. That was just an incredible game. Yeah. I don't think Oregon got rattled. Washington just played. They just got the last score. I mean,
So if I'm looking at this game, I said I think these are two equal teams.
Yes.
And I'm getting 6.5, and I'm getting a home team at 6.5. I'm going to take Utah, and then I go, wait a minute, because this is the kind of bullshit that gets me every Saturday.
Every time.
So I pulled myself back. I said I'm not going to bet it. So if you're going to bet it and you're smart about it, go get Oregon -6.5.
I was gonna. You took the words right out of my mouth. No, you took the words right out of my. Because here's the thing, I would never, if I was the odds maker, and I look at this and say Oregon is going to Utah, going to Rice-Eccles. There's no way I make them a 6.5 favorite because that place is different. Utah does not. They don't. It's not that they don't cover there. They don't lose there. Yeah. At best, you think this line is what? 2?
I said
Oregon 2. Well, you said you make Utah a favorite.
I don't know why Utah's not the favorite.
I would have made.
I may be missing something.
I'd have made Oregon a 2.5 point favorite, right, at Rice-Eccles.
Right.
Basically just because of quarterback play, and Oregon is really, really good against the run. And that's what Utah's going to have to do. They're going to have to run it to be successful, and Oregon stops everybody that tries to run it. But
you can arguably say Utah hadn't played anybody this year.
Yeah, right. but they've done their job. I mean, they keep getting it done. So the fact that Vegas makes it 6.5
and the
tells me they're wanting you to take. They're saying, please take Utah.
The public
please take
pounding
Utah.
Oregon. So
I guarantee in the back of their mind, Vegas is saying, look, we actually think Oregon is going to win by 10.
So I don't know. I just saw where they opened it at 1.5, which is weird. But anyways, and that's what I want to, but that's a little less than that. But that's what makes me not want to bet this game because there's too much.
Yeah, that's why I'm staying away.
The public's pounding Oregon because, the same thing we just said. And we're going, wait a minute. Utah's really good at home. Utah ain't played nobody. And screw it. Just enjoy this game because it's going to be fun to watch.
It's going to be on TV too. That's the one we put the sound on. The big don't ask why. My lovely wife made the numbering situation. But anyway. It's going to be on TV too. That's the primetime TV, and it'll be Oregon Utah 2:30, and we won't even have any money on it, and that'll be the one we'll be watching.
Short of a future bet on Utah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You got a little. All right, so we'll move on to the biggest cocktail party in the world, whatever they call it. I don't think they call it that anymore. They're not allowed to, right?
I don't know. So
this will probably be on TV1, right above TV2. Georgia takes on Florida in Jacksonville, Florida, which it's not Florida's home. This is in a neutral field, is what they call it, but it's in the state of Florida. Georgia is a 14.5-point favorite. It'd be hard for me to lay 14.5 with any Georgia team this year, but again, I stayed away from this game because who the fuck knows? I saw what Kentucky did against Florida, but.
Well, opened at 20, down to 14.5. Brock Bowers probably getting injured has a lot to do with a lot of things. I don't know, man. Florida's like a bipolar college football team. You never really know what's going on with them.
I mean, what's crazy? They're also 3-1 in the SEC. I mean, they could go to.
They're 4-1 in their last 5. Lost at Kentucky, which Kentucky is.
Kentucky just out physical to them. That's what is sticking in my mind is that game.
And Georgia only beat Vanderbilt by 17 is ridiculous.
And I gotta say something here that's just I don't know how Napier has made him into a serviceable. Don't get me wrong. I still don't think the kid's good, but Graham Mertz has been way better than he ever was at Wisconsin. He has been a decent quarterback for the Gators. As hard as that is for me to say.
We're cutting you off.
I mean, go back and look. He has played decent. I hate to say well, but he has played.
All right, so hold that thought. Yeah. We'll find out Saturday. I mean, okay, so he scored 38 against Vanderbilt, and he had a shootout in South Carolina, and he
true. I mean, look at the competition.
He had a shootout in Tennessee, and now he's got a whole nother monster coming.
Yeah, no, anybody that plays Georgia probably going to have bad numbers. I didn't even think he'd play well in some of those games. I just thought he would be bad like all year. And
if you go out there and you bet, if you bet, I'm trying here.
It's okay.
I'm learning to talk.
New tongue and all.
Yeah, new face. So you go out there and bet Florida plus 14.5. You got some pretty big stones because there's no way I would even get close to that. I get they're 5-2, but yeah. And Georgia's not really. Georgia's just in cruise control.
Georgia's just playing around, aren't they? They're just kind of hey, we'll go play. It's fine. I mean, because their schedule has been trash. They haven't played anybody. But they're about to get Missouri, Ole Miss back to back.
Well, that's kind of my thing, though. Don't you think they might heat up here a little bit? 2:30 prime time.
That's what I hate.
Would you do something with that?
I know nobody else can. I know. Sorry. Shut up. That's what I hate about where Missouri and Ole Miss are catching Georgia, because Georgia's like, we're just ramping up. We're playing all these preseason games, and we're getting ready. We're getting ready. But I'm telling you, that defense hasn't been what it was. Of course, they lost, 5 NFL players off of last year? You don't just replace 5 NFL players. So, that's why they've had a little drop-off.
It's hard for me to bet this game. I don't know. You got a lot of stones. You go out there and get you someone in Florida right now.
Yeah.
If you do anything with Florida, just take the money line and hope they go beat them.
There you go. Yeah, you can do that just for shits and giggles. The other game, and it's not really big, but it's 2 ranked teams. It's 20 versus 18. Duke goes to Louisville, Kentucky, take on the Louisville Cardinals, who are coming off a bye after their tough loss to Virginia. Duke, without Riley Leonard, they travel to Louisville, take on the Cardinals. What do you think here, Paul? Anything? I mean, it's not really a big game. I just wrote it down because it's
I
two
love the
ranked
matchup.
teams.
I just don't know what the status of Riley Leonard is. If he's healthy, give me Duke. But I don't know. I just saw him last week when I guess whatever. It doesn't. When you got an ankle injury.
And you're running quarterback.
It doesn't take anything.
No, to re-injure it.
Turf or monster gets you or whatever. That Pittsburgh loss is a terrible loss. But I don't know. Let down after the Notre Dame win, probably. I don't know. To me, it's just whatever Riley Leonard wants to do. If he doesn't play in this game, give me Louisville. I don't know. I don't hate the under 46.5 either. That Duke defense can play.
Yeah. Another game of interest I'll probably take a look at is BYU Texas, just simply because Quinn Ewers is out. Texas has got to go the backup here.
Yeah, Malik Murphy, right?
Boy, can you imagine if this thing was at BYU? There's no way that line's 19, right? Texas is still favored by 19 with the backup.
Yeah.
I know BYU's 5-2, but the new people into the Big 12 have been bad. That's kind of been a trend is to bet against the new Big 12 teams when they play old school Big 12 teams.
I don't know. I mean, the Stormy Mormon's always been kind of my favorite team to watch.
Yeah,
and follow.
they don't have it going this year.
Yeah, I don't know what that new coach's deal is. Let's see what they've done here. They beat Texas Tech, lost it. TCU 44-11. What are you doing getting 11 points, BYU?
All right, explain this game to me, Paul. Tell me if you got anything here. And this is one of those where it's a. Of course, the West Virginia has been in the Big 12 3 or 4 years, 5, 6 years. It's not like they've been in the Big 12 as long as Texas and the rest of them. But West Virginia travels down to Orlando, Florida, take on the Central Florida Knights. Central Florida is favored by 7 points.
Yeah, I don't know. You look for them to have a letdown off the close loss to
Oklahoma. Yeah, West Virginia they've gotten a little healthier since they were like the walking wounded like 2 weeks ago.
Well, Central Florida hadn't exactly been healthy either, but
true.
I don't know.
Well, they were healthy last week.
Oh yeah,
they had their quarterback back.
Yeah, I mean they lost 4 in a row. So eventually, do you say are they bad? Are they unhealthy? Or are they just snake bit?
I mean, and West Virginia lost to a resurgent Oklahoma State team last week.
I don't hate that loss. I mean that was at home, I guess, but I don't know. They lost to Houston 41-39, beat TCU 24-21. TCU.
Yeah, that's when their defense was playing, but their defense the last 2 weeks has given up 41 and 48 points.
It's got to be hard for Malzahn and company to get those guys back rolling again after they had a chance to make a statement that we are a legit football team, and they don't care if you lose by 20 or 1, it's a freaking loss. Okay?
Yeah, that's why like I said, I think I would lean West Virginia plus the 7.
I would too. They're a good team. If gun to the head, got to bet it.
If you made me say, hey, you got to make a pick here, I think I'd take West Virginia plus the points.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to get into our locks for Week 9?
Yeah. Lock them down, baby.
Let's lock it up. All right, here we go. You see the records. I am still hanging in there. We did not lose any ground last week. We went as a team. We went 6-6. So Poolside Bets is now 43, 48-3. I went 3-3, so I'm 24-23. 1 game over 500, just hanging in there. Paul's 19, 25-3, So close to that 5-1 week last week. I really thought he was going to pull that thing off. Just a couple, two quarterbacks go down. You can't account for injuries, so that's tough. Paul sits at 19, 25, and 3, but here we go. This week, we're going to get that thing back, get it rolling. Looking for a 9-3 week. So, Paul, lead us off, and then I'll follow, and we'll get this thing going.
Yeah, I don't have my games in chronological order this week.
Nah, don't worry about it.
So the first game I'm going with at 2:30 ESPN Plus, UTSA versus East Carolina. Give me the Roadrunners minus 19. They finally get Frank Harris healthy. Their offense is rolling right now and scoring 35 plus in their last 3 games. Facing a defense that gives up 28 points a game. This should get ugly early. The Pirates offensively are not very good. I think they're 130th in total offense out of 133 teams, while averaging 13 points a game. So, if they only score 13 points, this thing should be easy.
If I'm not mistaken, of course I'm frozen on the stream. I'm waiting for a connection. I'm back. Well, my phone is not doing well. If I'm not mistaken, I think East Carolina lost to Charlotte. Last week, 10-7.
Yep.
I don't hate this Roadrunner pick here.
I also like the UTSA team total over 32 as well. If you want to dive into that, you don't really want to get into the side of things.
Ooh, I love that one. Only 32. I think as long as Frank Harris is healthy, UTSA can score.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple quarterbacks in the country that changed the line
and he does that.
Riley Leonard's one. Frank Harris is one. So yeah, give me the UTSA Roadrunners minus 19 at home.
All right, I'll start in the SEC with my first pick. Tennessee travels to Kentucky to take on the Wildcats, 6 p.m. ESPN. Look, I'm going to lay the 3.5 here with the Vols. They had a bad half of football against Crimson Tide. I get that. They had the lead there going into the second half, and I don't know what happened. Things just, there's a lot to be angry about, and including the officiating. So here's some trends I'm looking at in this game to make this pick. Tennessee, 13-3 against the spread since 2007 against Kentucky. 13-3. Tennessee is 9-1 against the spread after a loss. And Kentucky is 0-6-1 against the spread after a bye. They're coming off a bye into this game. So, look, give me the Vols here, minus 3.5. They're going to come out angry. They're going to go into Kentucky. That defense is going to out-physical Kentucky. Don't worry about what you saw against Alabama in the second half. Don't overreact to that. The Vols will get this thing done. They'll slow down. What's the kid over there that ran roughshod over Florida?
No, man.
I don't remember his name.
I wasn't ready for that question.
I'm sorry. That's my bad. Put you on the spot. I shouldn't have done that.
No, you're good.
Anyway, yeah, I love the Vols here, minus 3.5. I think they win this thing by minimum by a touchdown. So give me Tennessee, minus 3.5 against Kentucky.
All right. My next pick's going to be 11 o'clock at CBS Network, and it stinks. It smells. You don't want to be close to it. It's
one of those sicko plays.
It's crazy. It's like, what are you doing? He's got in there with one of those cauldron on Halloween, just mixing it up.
He's taking a team that just came off a 62-0 loss.
Give me Army minus 10 versus UMass. Army gets their quarterback back. Bryson Daly is his name. Completely different team with him in the lineup. The offense they run, you got to have a quarterback that can move it.
So it was the QB issue against LSU's bad defense.
Well, it was a bad matchup too. Let's go. You got a team that can't stop anybody from throwing on them, playing a triple option.
Yeah, it was a perfect matchup for LSU's, no doubt.
Yeah, him on the team is the only reason I'm making this play. UMass gives up 230 yards per game on the ground.
Yeah,
and over 264 yards the last 3 games. So they ain't gonna be able to stop them. They're gonna score. Getting their leader back is gonna motivate the military team. I think Army rolls here, minus 10.
I really do like that pick. I was just messing with you. UMass, after winning their first game of the season where they put it to me, that's like, I can't believe you. Anyway, they're 0-7 since that illustrious first win, and Army, I think, can go out there and I don't think UMass has any way to stop that triple option by the Black Knights. So the one game that Paul put the big jinx on before we even got to it, I'll go to my next game. 2:30 SEC Network, buried on the SEC Network at 2:30 against some really good games. The Mississippi State Bulldogs travel to Auburn, Alabama to take on the Auburn Tigers at 2:30. Look, the Bulldogs just left Fayetteville where they got away with a win while only scoring 7 points. And still won that football game.
That's efficient.
They're a run-heavy team, and they're even more run-heavy with Mike Wright at QB. I mean, that's what he does. Yeah. Auburn at home is good defensively. It's a place that they only gave up 20 to Georgia. The mighty Georgia Bulldogs. I just need them to stay engaged. I don't need any of this quit business. I need them to, I need Freeze to get them motivated, get them ready to play. And,
play for each other, play for love.
Play for love. Don't play for any hate out of anybody.
And lock the door and pick a fight, though.
I hope they do both pick a fight. I want them both to pick a fight. Look, State's good up front and at corner. The only place that State is a little weak is at safety. And if you think Auburn can exploit their weakness at safety, then good luck to you. There's no way that they can throw it and understand what's going on. Hugh Freeze threw his quarterback under the bus and backed up, ran over him, and then put it in reverse and ran over that son-of-a-bitch again in his press conference this week.
He's a class guy. He's class.
Yeah, just class. So nobody's in any position here to score a bunch of points. So give me the under 41 in the Mississippi State-Auburn game because I just don't think nobody's going to get to 20 here.
And I apologize for not for saying what I said earlier.
Yeah, I love everything you said earlier. It was just great. It was wonderful. I'm sure the final score of this game will be 42-38.
Well, to be fair, you sent me a list of 10 teams you were thinking about taking.
I never sent you my final 6, did I? No. That's true. I didn't.
Yeah. I don't ever know what he's picking.
It's a secret every time.
He sneaks up on you and gets you.
Get you, right? Yeah.
All right. ESPN Plus at 4 o'clock. This is one of those games you probably won't know nothing about. It's going to be a really good matchup, though. Louisiana at South Alabama.
Big rivalry game here.
Yeah. Give me over 55 here. Open up at 51. Up to 55 now. I'm locking in at 55 because it may go higher and higher and higher. I don't know. South Alabama is 5th in the country over the last 3 games of total offense. Granted, it's against weak defenses, but they're 25th in total offense for the year. Louisiana is 37th in total offense. Like I said, line opened up at 51, up to 55, may go higher. 2 exciting teams playing really good football right now. Hope we get a shootout here.
Yeah, this
will be on TV6.
Yeah, this is one I didn't. To me, knowing what I know from last year, this would have been an underplay for me. I know what, but I think you're right. I don't think either team has been really good on defense, but they're both offenses have been getting it revved up in the last few weeks. No. So I don't. It's a pretty good play there. It's a sneaky little over 55 there. Yeah. I like that. I like where you went there.
And watch the guy from Louisiana. I talked about him, and they let me down. They didn't cover it, but the kid from Louisiana, the freshman quarterback they have, I'm not sure if he started or not, but if he plays, he's dual threat, athletic as all get out, can get it done. So let's see some offense here.
All right. I'm going to a game that Paul probably will not let me have on a TV. Especially in the 2:30 window because there's so many decent watches at 2:30. Another 2:30 window game here, Big Ten Network. The Michigan State Spartans travel to take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
Why do you have to? You don't have to watch that game. You just check in every 45 minutes.
Look, this is a quit watch game for me. This is not. I'm not looking at defensive stats, offensive stats, nothing. This is literally a quit watch on the Spartans because they have melded in and they're coming off a 49-0 drubbing to the cheating Michigan Wolverines apparently. But look, I'm just going to take the Gophers. They're coming off this huge win over the Iowa Hawkeyes. They got this big win over the Hawkeyes last week because the Hawkeyes can't return a punt properly. So give me the Golden Gophers to take down the Michigan State Spartans by 7. I'm laying the 7 points. Golden Gophers -7, Lock it up.
I like it. Let's have this conversation briefly because I know we're in
All right.
time restraint
Go.
here.
No, we're not. We got plenty of time.
Why is stealing signs in college football cheating?
It's not because everybody literally does it. Because look at, have you seen, we talked about it last week. Remember there was a team with a big black, huge flag.
You're like, that's got to
and
be
it's-
illegal. That's got to be illegal.
And it's screwing up the TV watching because just go.
You want to see what they're trying to hide?
No, I mean, you just can't see shit. It's blocking the cameras. You can't even see the action on the field.
All right, so to me, sign stealing in college football is no different than, let's say, blackjack and you're counting cards.
Yeah.
They say that's illegal too, and that is absolute
It's not.
bullshit.
It's not illegal. It's frowned upon.
Yeah, it's absolute bullshit. If you're getting an edge on your opponent, it shouldn't be illegal. It's your job to stop
It's
them
your
from
job to
getting the
stop
edge.
it. Yeah.
Or be better. That's why
Be better.
Look on TV and look on the sideline of these high-powered offenses. You have 14 guys with all kind of different signs, and they're showing the different shit. And it's cut red here, orange there, blue there.
Yeah.
And you have a picture of Peter Griffin over here and Archie Bunker over here, and you're like, where am I supposed to be looking?
I have no idea.
That's why they do that. It's your job to negate that,
Paul.
and make sure they don't understand it.
Why do you think the NFL went to helmet microphones? I mean, that's part of. That's why they did it.
So
So
you talking about the quarterback?
yeah, the NFL they
yeah.
send the play in electronically to
Yeah.
the quarterback.
Yeah.
They don't do and to the whoever has the green dot on defense.
Well,
They don't do signals anymore because people were stealing signals.
It's not illegal. The NCAA's after Michigan because
Because
Michigan.
Harbaugh gave them a big middle finger.
Yeah, the whole and I'm 100% behind that because the NCAA has been a joke for the last 10 years. Oh, well, probably longer than that, but now it's just like I don't know what they're trying. They're trying to be relevant in a world that doesn't need them,
No, it doesn't.
and so there's a bunch
It's
of
gone.
old,
It's
a bunch
gone
of-
to shit anyway. Let it go to shit.
It's a bunch of good old boys that need jobs, and and everybody's taking care of them. It's like a country club for it's bullshit.
They need
Absolute
to get some.
bullshit.
They need to get some younger people in the NCAA
I'll
office.
do away with it. It's done. It's over.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, once they started paying players,
There's got to be some
it's
rules
laughable.
because you know that coaches and teams will do whatever. You got to have some rules.
Yeah.
I'm for some rules because then it'll just be chaos. But
Yeah. All right. So my turn.
you're still upset because they hammered us for sleeping on the couch.
Not happy. He bought him my hamburger.
Oh, it's my turn. I'm coming back. Just
it's my
hold your
turn.
damn horse. No, you just did ULL. Oh, I went to Minnesota after. Yeah, it's your turn. That's right. Hey, Paul, it's your turn. I'll be quiet.
We had a guy. I'm an Ole Miss fan. We are both. We had a guy fall out of a window of a hotel. We got more trouble for a guy sleeping on the couch
Yeah.
than we did for him falling out of a freaking window.
Because he was high on whatever the new thing was at the time.
Moving on. My next game is not on TV that I'm
Probably
aware
not.
of.
I can't imagine that team being on TV.
Well, they have a game. Like I can pull it up, but it's pay-per-view in Hawaii, so we ain't getting that. San Jose State team total over 35 and a
Good
half.
God, this is sick. This is just sick. This is so
Tell
sick.
you, man, it's Halloween. I've been dialing them up. This
You-
is my get my money back game of the day.
You should be wearing some kind of Halloween mask right now with this big. This is so
There's no way in
sad.
hell drunk Paul will be awake for this thing.
There's no way. No. No.
Hawaii gives up 35 points a game, 31 points a game at home. The Trojans have averaged over 40 points per game the last 3 games they played. Looking for a shootout here. I don't have a lot of information on this game. It's one of those deals like I tried really hard and I talked myself out of every pick I made. So I'm like, screw it.
Let's just go here.
Yeah, I mean, I used to do back in the day. I'd do this all the time, man. 9, 10, 30 at night. You're like,
You say drunk, Paul, but we don't have a game. I mean, we play Vanderbilt. Are we really going to get all worked up for Ole Miss Vanderbilt this weekend?
Nah.
So I don't think we'll be,
it don't take as much.
sauced up. We could anything happen, and we'll get all.
man,
yeah,
somebody
don't
hit a
take us
lyric
much.
on a song and off
Yeah,
we
I'll
go.
say, here we go, baby. Now,
So San Jose State, the Trojans, team total over 35 and a half. Log it in.
all right. I'm going to one of the big games. 2 ranked teams playing this weekend. The Duke Blue Devils travel, take on the Louisville Cardinals. Look, Cardinals coming off a bye. I think Jeff Brahms has some time to dial some stuff up to get this team right after that disappointing and just embarrassing loss to Pittsburgh Panthers. And most of this play is literally because of Riley Leonard. The Duke's offense depends on Riley Leonard. Everything that they want to do offensively goes through him. Even if he plays, he's going to be hobbled. I mean, that ankle is just not right. He's probably came back too early, but I get it. Hey, they were playing Florida State, and they had a chance. Is what's crazy.
What game do you got?
Duke, Louisville.
I got you.
Yeah,
All right, go ahead.
2:30 ESPN.
All right.
Another 2:30 game. So yeah, my Minnesota play is just gonna be. I'm gonna have to watch it on my phone or some shit like that. Paul's not gonna allow that game to be.
I'll call
to
it
be
for
on
you.
a TV. Look, and if Riley Leonard doesn't play, I love the Cardinals here by double digits. So yeah, I think the Cardinals coming off a bye week want to get the wash the bad taste and that loss to the Pittsburgh Panthers out of their mouth. Jeff Brom will have them ready to go. So I'll lay the 4.5 here with the Cardinals at home against the Riley Leonard-less Duke Blue Devils.
Sportsline's got this game 26-25.
Yeah, Duke.
That's got to be banking on Riley Leonard being in there.
I just don't see how he plays. And if he does, I don't know how healthy he's going to be.
You can't count on him being healthy. There's no way. All right. Back to me and my team total rant.
Yeah, you got a bunch of them. Goodness gracious.
Next game's at 9:30 on ESPN. Which
another late
I
game.
well,
Goodness
I
gracious.
said I'd
You
be
want to stay
asleep.
up all night? Goodness.
Yeah, I said I'd be asleep,
gracious.
but I might roll this 9:30 game into the 11 o'clock Hawaii
Hey, this
game.
is a really good game because Arizona's turned that thing around.
This is a scary matchup for the Beavers. The Arizona team is a live dog for sure. The way the Beavers' offense has performed the last couple of weeks, though, it should be an easy cover team total wise. Plus, for them to win this game, they're going to score a lot of points. Last time these two teams played in Arizona, Oregon State scored 50 on them, which I understand there's different coaching staff and all that stuff. But I like to look at those things. 9:30 at night, give me Oregon State over 30.5 team total.
You know, Arizona just their last game they beat Washington State 44-6, right?
Yeah, that's why. What was that we were talking about earlier? The team struggled against Washington State. Was that
Oregon State is. Washington State has been. I think they're really banged up.
Yeah, I think Oregon struggled against them. I think. But anyways,
yeah. That Fafita that's come in for Deloria for Arizona has been really, really good. So, like you said, for them to beat Arizona, they're going to have to score.
they're gonna have to score some points.
Because Arizona's coming. They're coming.
They can. Oregon State can do it both ways, though. So we'll see what happens. I like the team total over here. I'd like to see a 40-35 game.
There you go.
Arizona got there and beat them.
I need Oregon State to keep winning. They were my Pac-12 pick. So keep on winning.
All right.
All right. We'll move to 7 o'clock on ESPN2. The Cincinnati Bearcats.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that what they are? They travel to take on the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Boone Pickens Stadium, Stillwater, Oklahoma. Look, Oklahoma State's been coming on their last 3 games. When Gundy finally stuck with a quarterback here in Bowman, he's been incredible there, and it has stabilized everything. Their last 3 games, they've put up points of 29, 39, and 48. And in those games, they've had 412, 554, and 491 yards, respectively. They've got it rolling on offense. Now they're at home, and they're taking in a Cincinnati team that's 2-5, 0-4 in the Big 12, just lost to Baylor. Emory Jones is the quarterback there at Cincinnati. So, Paul, we've had this discussion. You know my plays. I'm taking the better quarterback. Mike Gundy is really good coach over there. Cincinnati's with their first-year coach after Fickle bolts for Wisconsin. So, look, I'm taking Oklahoma State Cowboys, and I'm laying the 7 at home with the Cowboys.
Yeah, I like that too. To piggyback off that, I'll just run my next play into that since we're on the same game.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma State team total over 30.5 versus Cincinnati, 7 o'clock ESPN2. I'm just keeping it simple here. Cincinnati has given this number up 4 of the last 5 games. So their defense is not what you think. It's not Luke Fickle's defense.
Oh, I forgot to read the rest of my notes there because I felt like I was just on a roll with Oklahoma State.
Oh.
Cincinnati's given up 35, 30, and 32 in their last 3.
Yeah. So they've given up this number. Ollie Gordon, the running back, is incredible. The guy's fun to watch. I like the side. I like the total here. I'm not sure this might not be my best play of the week. It probably will be. I like the side too also. So give me Oklahoma State team total over 30.5. And if you wanted to parlay that in with -7, I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, I like their team total over as well. I guess if I put a parlay in, I wouldn't be able to do it. They won't let me take two picks from the same game into my parlay. So
Really?
I'll have to. No, I've tried, and it
No good?
no good.
Oh, well.
They kick it out. Caesars says nope, not today.
Well,
So
damn.
we'll look at somebody else. Maybe we'll take the Oregon State 30.5. And the Spartans 35.5. Good Lord, that's a lot of points.
Hey, well, yeah, take that 11 o'clock game. That way, when we're sitting out there and the wife's mad, be like, look, we're doing.
Hold
we're
on.
We're
We're working
working.
here. We're working.
We're working. We got to cook breakfast in a couple hours.
Yeah, we're going to discuss the Saturday morning breakfast menu. I think we should discuss it after I give my last pick. Let's see what you like. Anyway, here we go. My last one. South Carolina is going to travel to take on the Texas A&M Aggies. South Carolina's 1-4 in their last 5, and things have gotten bad there. The coach is kicking shit and breaking his foot or his toe or whatever it is. They're on quit watch for me. It's gotten bad for the Gamecocks. They put up 12 points against Missouri. They got in the red zone a few times, but all they could do is kick field goals. And if Missouri's doing that to you, A&M will do that to you, especially at home, because I think the Aggies are more talented on defense than Missouri. And Texas A&M's coming off 2 losses, an awful bye. They need a win. They need to get this thing rolling. The line was 14. It's in my notes. I've got 14, but I think it's ballooned up to 16 now.
Yeah, I see 15.5 here.
Yeah, so 15.5. That line keeps moving, and that kind of scares me because I think this game is going to be like 30-10 because I don't think South Carolina can score, and A&M is not an offensive juggernaut by any stretch of the imagination.
Not what they hired, to be.
Petrino to be, yeah. So, of course, he's dealing with a backup quarterback, whatever.
Do you think that Jimbo Fisher's on the hot seat?
I just don't think they can afford to let go of him. They're going to pay him $60-something million to go away. Who are you hiring?
Well,
who are you going to get?
they got all those old tycoons over there.
I know, but who are you going to get?
No, that's my question. I know some guys I would go after, but they're not going to be. If you're paying that much money
are
for a coach,
they just going to jump there? That program has never proven that they can get it done. You know what I mean?
No, yes. I mean, you throw all the money they're throwing at these players, they ain't even playing. It's hard to keep them wrangled in. I mean, you pay me that much money and tell me I don't have to work.
I may not have to play.
Well, no,
I may not play.
But like say you're a sophomore and you're probably third on a depth chart, and you're
getting
making
$100,000,
and you're getting $150,000 a year, and you give me that kind of money and tell me I don't have to work, I'm gonna be fucking off.
My knee hurts, boss.
I'm fucking off. I'm just letting you know. I'm sorry, but that's on you if you
Paul
pay
and
me to
Paul
suck.
and I would be on the can't play for the next 6 weeks gambling.
Yeah, I'd be in
thing.
concussion protocol for the year. My check would be sitting in there fat. It'd be good to go. But I don't know what they're going to do with that. They created that monster. It's their problem to deal with. I know their attitude is that we can go buy any coach we want.
Yeah.
But
they still, no matter what coach they buy, they haven't gotten it done. So it seems more like a program issue overall than a coach issue. Yeah,
well, it's the same
issue.
problem at Texas.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get it done since Mac. The hell's his name? Mac what? Mac Brown. Well,
North Carolina. Vince Young.
Yeah. So look, I don't think A&M's going to get over 30. South Carolina may fuck up and give up too many points late, but I don't think they can score. And I would hate this thing to be 30-10 going into the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden Rattler hits a big one and it's 30-17. So I'm not going to lay the 14, 15, 6, whatever it is. I'm just going to take the under here, 53.5, with a lackluster A&M offense, but a really good defense to keep SC out of the end zone. So I know that says USC, but the South Carolina goes by the same moniker that the Trojans out west do. So yeah, South Carolina travels to A&M. I'm taking the under 53.5. It was 54, but I'm updating it. And for the lock, I'll do 53.5.
Yep.
What do you think, Paul? Is that a bad? You think they're gonna think A&M?
Well, Durkin's been good there. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you. I like it.
All right, so we put out another charity parlay. You see it there: Army, Texas A&M, Ohio State, Tennessee, Maryland, Minnesota, and Iowa State. I think that gets us what, close to 5-1, Paul.
I saved it.
We just hope we bet it this time.
Oh, we're gonna bet it. 577.
So plus 577 there. So it'll be around 5-1 once we put it in. It'll be right in that area. So hopefully we get that thing. Maybe we'll go 2 in a row with a charity parlay. Actually put one in this time.
I got 2 future bets just popped up that still has air in their lungs, but not much.
Commodores over 4. Oh my goodness.
I don't know who they're gonna beat, but they got to beat 2 teams to get me a push.
Oof, that's gonna be tough. So as we sit going into week 9, right? We're going into week 9. Poolside Bets is 43, 48, and 3. We're just 5 games under 500. We got to have that big week. We'll have it. We'll have the big week. It's coming. We didn't lose any ground last week. We went completely 500. Went 6-6 as we both went 3-3. So and we were on the right side of a couple of those games. And Paul absolutely was. He just got hit by the injury bug there. So hoping for no injuries this weekend and hoping that our picks come home and we get to, what's the name of this show, Paul?
Cash in tickets.
That's right. We get to cash some tickets this weekend. So good luck to everybody out there while you're placing your bets and use ours, or you can fade us if you want to, because obviously you see it, we're under 500, so that's your prerogative. But I think we got it capped up pretty good this weekend. I'm looking forward to a big weekend out of Poolside Bets. So thanks for joining us for Poolside Bets. I'm Franklin, that's Paul, and we'll catch you next week so we recap the big week of week 9. Have a great night.